Jan Kowalski with Get Real Legal. You're watching Get Real Legal. It's a live interactive show on CAN TV 21. We're also streaming online at cantv.org/hotline. The next 25 minutes is your chance to discuss free one-day divorces in Cook County. You can call the number at the bottom of the screen, which is 312-738-1060, to call in with your questions and comments during this show. Here. I'm Jan Kowalski with Get Real Legal, and unfortunately that doesn't look so good on screen. Here. And to help you remember my name, I have this cute little picture of this koala on skis, because my name is Kowalski. So I've got the picture of the koala on skis. Now some people might call me Jan Kawasaki, like the motorcycle, but it's really just Jan Kowalski. So I'm Jan Kowalski. And today we're going to be talking about how you or anybody else that you know of can obtain a free one-day divorce in the Circuit Court of Cook County. Now, most of the forms that you're going to need are available at the Cook County Clerk of Court.org, their website. And additionally, there's an additional form you're going to need, and that's to be found at the illinoiscourts.gov. /forms/approved/procedures/fee waiver suite approved. Now, the first form I wanted to walk you through was the application. There you go. Sorry, I'm not used to these buttons. The first form you're going to need is the application for waiver of court fees. Now, anyone who's trying to get a court case filed in the Circuit Court of Cook County should, especially one that a person doesn't have the available funds, and let me tell you why. The Circuit Court of Cook County, Dorothy Brown's office has published a Domestic Relations Division fee schedule. Now, in order to file a petition for dissolution of marriage in the Circuit Court of Cook County, the applicable fee is $359. If you have $359, then go ahead and file away. But if you don't have $359 to pay the filing fee, then you're going to need to file this application for waiver of court fees, which is available, again, at the Circuit Court of Cook County on their website, or else you can go to the room 802 in the Richard J. Daley Center, which is at 50 West Washington in Chicago, Illinois. And when you go to fill out this form, you go to room 802, and they're going to provide you with the applicable forms. And you're going to need to provide to the court, in order to get the waiver of court fees, you're going to need to provide your evidence of your income and expenses for yourself for the past 12 months, along with the value of the belongings for yourself, in addition to the people you support who live with you. And if you're filling out the form on behalf of a and if you're filling out a form on behalf of a minor or incompetent person, you're going to need that person's fee information as well. You should also make sure to secure, before you go down to the Daley Center, you're going to need to have available to show the judge your evidence that you have public benefits. Now, in case you have any questions during this call, please call 312-738-1060 for questions relating to the free one-day divorce in Cook County. Now, you can prove to the court that you're not able to afford the $359 filing fee if you get public benefits from any source, including supplemental security income, aid to the aged, blind and disabled, temporary assistance to needy families, which is also known as TANF or TANF, state children and family assistance, food stamps, general assistance, or transitional assistance. And you're going to need to bring proof of eligibility and the benefits statement from the agency providing the benefits when you file your forms. Now, in some cases, I've actually seen a judge condition the fee waiver. For instance, perhaps you receive some public assistance, but you also receive income from another source. I have actually seen the judge indicate that you can pay the fees at a later time. For instance, upon entry of judgment for dissolution of marriage. But in most cases for ex-convicts, and Green Slate I, Inc. Is a not-for-profit corporation whose mission is designed to assist ex-convicts re-enter the workforce and reintegrate into society. And I'm here on behalf of Green Slate I, providing this free legal advice as to the one-day free dissolution proceedings for ex-convicts, assuming that you're eligible and receive public benefits from one of these sources. Once you have the necessary form once you have the necessary form secured from the Cook County Clerk of the Circuit Court, you have to go before the judge, and the judge will ask you certain questions. Some of the questions that the judge can ask you include, bear with me, I just lost my paper here. The judge is going to be asking you how you're supporting yourself. And you should be able to tell him whether you are, or anyone that lives with you, here we go, receives Social Security income, not Social Security, Social Security income, SSI. AABD, which is aid to the aged, blind, and disabled. TANF, temporary assistance to needy families. State children and family assistance, food stamps, general assistance, or transitional assistance. Now, if you have any questions during the show, please feel free to call me. I can be reached at the number on the bottom of your screen, which is 312-738-1060. And you're going to need to testify before the court as to, we have a caller. Caller, do you have a comment or a question? Nope, I guess we lost our caller. Let me continue. You're going to need to provide the court with evidence of your income and expenses to make sure that the court is aware of your financial situation. Oh, we got a caller back. Caller, do you have a comment or question?
No, I just wanted to know, I got disconnected, but I want to know when I just got out of Joliet a few months ago, and my old lady wants a divorce, and, I haven't seen her. What do I have to do?
Oh, you're lucky. Do you live in the Circuit Court of Cook County or anywhere in Cook County?
Yeah. I live in K-Town.
Well, this program is strictly related to the procedures for the Circuit Court of Cook County, but I have a sneaking suspicion that if you call the Kane County Bar Association, you should be able to get a referral for an attorney.
No. I live on the west side in K-Town. Over by Kildare and all the K streets. I live over Chicago and Kennett.
Oh, you do live in Circuit Court of Cook County. Then you should be able to go to floor 802 in the Richard J. Daley Center to get the necessary forms. The first form you're going to need is an application for a fee waiver. And you should bring your link card or your benefits letter, whether it's from Social Security, from the State Children and Family Services, whatever documents support the income that you have to support yourself and your family who's living with you. And you need to take that and take it to 802 and file it. Now, the other form, and that's just to waive the $398 fee. The other form that you're going to need is called a joint petition for simplified dissolution. And here, let me show it to you on the screen here. I'm not sure how this shows up on the TV monitor, but let me tell you, here it is. Here it is. This is the petition. It's a joint petition for simplified dissolution. And the most important part is on the second page here, which probably looks too small for me to read. So let me just tell you, in order to be eligible for this one-day divorce with the fee waiver, there's certain circumstances that you have to meet. And most ex-convicts most likely can meet most of these requirements here. For instance, if the duration of the marriage or civil union is less than 8 years, you can use this joint simplified proceeding. But you have to have you have to be married for less than 8 years in addition to these other ones. So it's not just one of this list, you need to complete all on this list to be eligible for the free one-day divorce. Irreconcilable differences needs to be the ground for alleged differences in the breakdown of the marriage. Illinois recognizes.
What if I want? How do I get some legal help and a lawyer to help me? Because I don't know most of those things, and and I could probably use some help.
Well, here you go. Let me show you this other screen I have here. Bear with me. Free legal assistance is available, and I'm hoping that you can see this page because there are referrals for people without lawyers to get free legal advice, and it's at the courthouse. I'm not sure how well this shows up on the monitor, but the Domestic Relations Advice Desk is currently located on the concourse level in CL16 at the Richard J. Daley Center. And that's downstairs right next to the Starbucks. Their hours are from 8:30 to 1, Monday through Friday. And if you get there, thank you. And if you get there early, you should be able to get in line. Believe it or not, by the time 9, 10 o'clock, then usually there's only so many people that they can serve in a day. So if you get there early, most likely you should
be first in line then.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You gotta be first in line, or like if I get there real early.
And they do have to serve an awful lot of people down there. So my best advice to you is to get there early, and they can help you.
Well, thank you so
need.
much.
But in order to be
Thank you so much.
But wait, before I let you go, you need to be married for less than 8 years. Hold on, there's more than just, here, you need to be married for less than 8 years. Alleged irreconcilable differences. No children were born of the relationship, and your wife or significant other is not pregnant by you. Neither party is dependent upon the other spouse for support. For instance, neither one of you is a maintenance candidate. And both of you have to waive your right to seek maintenance, formerly known as alimony, from the other. You both have to be self-supporting. And neither party has any retirement benefits unless the value is less than $10,000. The value of all the property that you have after deducting your debts is less than $50,000. And last but not least, your total combined income for both parties has to be less than $60. And, and then you should fill out this form. It actually walks you through what you need to complete on this form. And once you do it, only one spouse needs to be there. Both spouses don't have to be there. But the one spouse that's there should have the signatures of both spouses. It's usually better for both spouses to be present before the court. But in case only one of them can be there, you can still get divorced in one day with only one spouse being there. The secret is that you need to be able to recognize the signature of your spouse. And usually that's easy, especially if you've been married to someone for 5 years, even 1 year. As long as you can tell the court that you saw your spouse sign this and this is your spouse's signature. In that case, then the judge most likely will enter judgment for dissolution of marriage that same day. So it is possible to get a free one-day divorce for ex-convicts, provided, of course, that you have the duration of marriage is less than 8 years, and that the total income of both of you is less than $60,000, and the value of all your property is less than $50,000. And for most people that are coming out of prison, it's usually pretty easy to meet these. For ex-convicts, I think that you can probably qualify to get this one-day free divorce. I hope I answered your question. I think we lost our caller, but thank you for calling. Here, let me finish it. The duration of the marriage cannot exceed 8 years. If the duration of the marriage exceeds 8 years, then you still obviously can get a divorce, but you might not be eligible for the one-day divorce. And it all depends on your spouse. My best advice to anybody seeking to file a dissolution of marriage proceeding is to talk to the other spouse. If you can, there's 2 ways to resolve a divorce. The first way is by agreement. If you and your your spouse can sit down together and come to an agreement upon the terms, then you could go to any attorney, or matter of fact, on the 29th floor of Richard J. Daley Center, they have forms available that are essentially fill-in-the-blank forms that spouses can sit down together at the kitchen table and work out the finances of who gets what. And once you have that document and you have it signed by both spouses, That's the easiest divorce there is, one where the parties agree on what each spouse is taking away from the marriage. The other way that a divorce is finalized is through a contested trial. In my experience, contested trials are a rarity. Most people would rather settle their divorce by agreement with their other spouse than spend a lot of time, money, and aggravation going through a disputed divorce. And the problem with that is that the court will be called upon to resolve the parties' marital interests. And that's problematic because it took two people to come into the marriage. And I think two people should be able to agree to go out of the marriage. You came into the marriage with at the high point, and you should both leave the marriage on the high point as well. They're signaling something, but I can't read it. So if you have any questions as to the one-day divorce in Cook County, please call me at 312-738-1060. This is a live show, and I can answer your questions immediately. But let me go on. The other way that a dissolution of marriage can be finalized is by the court after a trial. Now, generally speaking, most attorneys, and the cheapest attorney I've ever seen is a $1,000 retainer for a contested divorce. Contested divorces can take anywhere from, on average, 3 years, but anywhere from 1 year to 5 years to become resolved. The last statistics that I'm aware of was that there were 30,000 divorce cases filed in the Circuit Court of Cook County, and I think that was for the year 2014. I don't have the 2015 statistics yet. But 30,000 divorces a year in the Circuit Court of Cook County. That's an awful lot of divorces. Most of these cases, by far, the 99% of them are resolved through the agreement of the parties. And if you need help reaching an agreement, please, I suggest you to sit down with your spouse and go through your finances, your income, your expenses, and then your assets. If you own a house, you own a car, and see if it can work out an agreement. And then you can go to the 29th floor of the Daly Center, and they can help you fill out the necessary forms, which you can get on the 8th floor at the Richard J. Daly Center. And of course, if that fails, by all means, please consult an attorney. Now, the attorneys, like I said before, are available on CL16, and those are free of charge as well. They can assist you in securing, interviewing attorneys who are available to represent you. You can also consult with the Chicago Bar Association, the Illinois State Bar Association, the Cook County Bar Association, and the American Bar Association. Most of these bar associations have lawyer referral services. And again, I'm Jan Kowalski. I'm here from Green Slate I, Inc. My phone number is 312-738-1060. This is a live program, and we're taking callers on the hotline. And next week, and this is a series, and it's devoted to Green Slate, devoted to prisoners' rights and assisting ex-convicts reintegrate into the society. And next week we're going to be addressing clemency petitions, exonerations, expungement, and sealing of records. And again, this can be done free of charge. But once again, it all goes back to the form. And we ask the clerk of the circuit court, you fill out the form and you go in front of the judge and you tell the judge what your income, what your expenses are for yourself and everyone living with you, and ask the court to waive your fees. If the court does so, then the filing will be free. Let's see, what else? Oh, before I forget, we're going to have a little quiz here. The quiz is, if anybody can call in and tell me my name. And once again, I remind you that there's a little picture here of the little koala bear giving you the thumbs up, and he's on his skis. So the first right caller to tell me my name will win a free consultation. And of course, the consultation is available with me in person, and it's a free consultation. But my office hours, you can call, and my technical staff here can give you my office address and contact information to arrange for that 1 hour free consultation. Oh, in order to file the petition for, it's called a joint petition for simplified dissolution, and that's because it requires the signatures of both parties. Both spouses need to sign this. And I can show you here. Bear with me, I'm going to scroll very quickly through this. Here. The first form that you're going to have to fill out is called a joint petition for simplified dissolution. Hold on, where did I put my form at? Here it is, sorry.
Yeah, Moo.
Hello?
Is that, it looks more like Ted from the movie Ted, not a koala. It looks more like a Ted, but I think your name is Kowalowski.
You're right, absolutely right. My technical staff is going to, hello? Hi,
Hello?
absolutely right. My name is Jan Kowalski.
I'm here, yeah.
And my technical staff, if they're going to put you on hold and they're going to give you
Okay.
my contact information for your free 1-hour consultation.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I look forward to seeing you in my office. Thank you for calling.
Oh, I can't wait.
Anyone else?
Oh,
Any comments or questions, please feel free to call in. I only have another minute left. And here, last but not least, questions. If anyone has any questions, please call in. Once again, the phone number here is 312-738-1060. And the topic for tonight was free one-day divorce in the Circuit Court of Cook County for ex-convicts. And next week, we're going to be looking at the same time, 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights, and we're going to be addressing the topic of expungement, sealing, and clemency for ex-convicts and how to go about filing a petition. And thank you for watching and participating in today's show. I'm Jan Kowalski, and I'm here on behalf of Green Slate I, Inc., which is devoted to assisting ex-convicts reintegrate into society. And if you need more information, you can reach us at 312-738-1060. And I thank you, and you have a good night.